Well, today is June the 5th, 2019, and it's another practice video for NARC stories or NARC alert or bad NARC or I haven't even decided on a name yet for this YouTube stuff, but I wanted NARC stories. But believe it or not, somebody else is already out there doing NARC stories. I even got NARC aware, but somebody's already doing NARC aware. It's like, and then it's just one thing after it. I can never win. So it's those little things that I let stop me. This is Dr. Buddy. He's my therapist. Yeah, I know. I'm talking about you again. And Dr. Buddy here, he's always after lizards. And he's always after lizards and squirrels and rabbits and any little critter he can get his little jaws on. So he's a little dog that thinks he's a big dog, thinks he's a big bad wolf. But he plays the part of a little dog really well. And in fact, he plays the part of a dog really well. And by that I mean unconditional love, acceptance, no judgment, um, happy, doesn't worry about yesterday, doesn't think about tomorrow. He's really an inspiration, if you will, for me, and he's very therapeutic with me. So for me, and it kind of brings me to something. Yesterday, I had lunch with one of my best friends in the whole wide world, Big John, and also known as Dude, John Dude. Him and I, we go back a long ways, and we've talked about a lot of men-related things. And one of the main topics out of all the things we talk about is women. After all these years, we're going back like 40 years, and maybe not quite that long. I keep forgetting. I keep thinking I'm like 100 years old, but not wanting to get him in trouble or anything like that. He's as long. I don't know. He's always got something like a conflict, if you will, one way or another with his significant other, and it's really sad. And then I look at myself, and as I mentioned before, like at 10 o'clock at night, I'm in my kitchen or I'm in my bedroom, and I suddenly realize I'm all alone. What the fuck? What did I do? Why am I alone? Out of 7+ billion people on the planet, you're telling me there's not another person that can, I don't know, be in that bed with me or share a meal with at 10 o'clock at night? Where did I go wrong? Now, John, he has that. The only problem is he stresses out about it all the time because it's a constant, I don't know, bickering, silent treatment, judgment constantly thrown across the table. Um, he's married to a wonderful woman, believe it or not. We get along great, but the thing is, um, they have major differences of opinions, and it's not acceptable to each other. And it's really sad because I look at myself and I'm thinking I always go back to that meme where I'd rather be alone than be with people that make me feel alone. And I look down and I see my little buddy, and Buddy is always there, even though he's not a human being, so it's a little different, but he is always there. and he wants to be there, and he wants to love. He wants to make me feel better. He knows when I'm not feeling all that good. He's got some kind of telepathy thing going on, I swear. And when I get home, he's looking out the window like a little kid would do. He can't wait to see me and jump on me and hug me and kiss me, and it's always a happy, joyous reception. So I started looking like his relationship. Okay, he's lucky. He's got a wife of many, many years, but there's all this turbulence going on in that relationship. And would I rather be in my bedroom or my kitchen with somebody that makes me feel that, I don't know, that bad, or would I rather not be in that situation and enjoy my dog and enjoy the silence, the quiet, nobody banging on me and hitting me and yelling, and you can't get away because then they're going to hit and bang and yell some more, and it never ends, and then you can't sleep, and then you can't function, and then one thing leads to another, year after year, and then life is over. So I don't know which one's better, but more people would side with, and this is from my own experience talking with people, more people tend to side with the fact it's better to have a significant other around than not, regardless of the traumatic relationship. And because that's kind of like the worst thing that could ever happen to somebody is to be alone. Now, again, there's 7.5 billion people on this planet, but one of our biggest concerns is being alone. And they, whoever they are, say that we are social animals and we have to have other human beings basically to survive. It's sort of like our purpose. And though I agree that there's a lot to that, and likes like, but I do know, again from my own experience and interviewing other people, that one of the biggest problems that a person has, so let's say there's 7.5 billion persons on this planet, one of the biggest problem that each of these persons have is relationship based. So yeah, you can say, well, some people are sick, some people are starving, some people don't have what we have in America, and some people are homeless, and some people are in recovery, and some people can't walk, and and on and on and on. But the biggest issue, even all those people with all their problems, all their life problems, there's no matter how sad and bad it is, what sticks in their head, what affects them the most, are relationship problems. And especially when there is a relationship that they were in or are in, or there was some kind of love, or whether it's sibling love, parental love, um, opposite sex love, or the same sex love, whatever it is, a love from a significant other. And then when that love is taken away, it's like a shock to your system. But then you have people out there that have never been loved. Now, I think they still long for it because they're walking down the Newport Pier and they see everybody else walking hand in hand, how romantic, and kissing each other, or they're watching a movie on, there's lots of movie. Every movie has a relationship factor. Every book has a relationship factor. Basically every story does. Um, that's fictional, but and people wish, well, why can't I have that? What's wrong with me? Hell, I say that about myself every day, and I've had it. I have had it, and therefore it's a shock to my system and I miss it. I've had money and I miss it. I've had great relationships in my life. Great. Many. I miss it. What if I never did? What if you never did? And so there's a huge swath of people out there, group of people. I don't know how huge it is, but it's sort of like a subculture, if you will. Let's just say there's a subculture of lonely people out there that have had love and no longer do, various levels of love, friendship, love, what have you, and it's gone, maybe through death. That's pretty traumatizing. And another subculture are the ones that have never had those real relationships, but wish they did. I assume maybe they never, what they don't know doesn't hurt them type thing, but they never got to experience it. So maybe they don't know what they're missing, except again for what they've seen in others, experienced through other people's eyes. And I don't know. I feel like I'm blessed that I have experienced love. Very, very minimal, I think. But then, this kind of leads me to a whole nother category, subculture, subgroup, and that is the people that I guess they're fortunate enough to maybe be in a significant relationship with somebody, but that somebody ends up being an abuser. And again, need I remind you, I'm speaking from experience, real life experience, not just with me. I didn't even know I was experiencing it until it was pointed out. I know plenty of other people. In fact, if you're listening to this video, which I doubt you ever will, but if you do, because this is just, this is a pre video, if you will. If you're watching this video, it probably means that you're subjected to the same torture that I have been subjected to. So it's something we can relate to. And, I wish I could shake your hand. I wish I could give you a big hug and say, hey, dude or dudette, I can relate. And I can tell you one thing, you can get through this. You can get stronger. Your character will develop and life is short. And it's really not that big of a deal being tortured all your life. So, in the grand scheme of things, the torture will be over. So, again, it kind of depends on ourselves, how we choose to deal with it, and that is a real tough one. Um, I know that there's help out there. Um, there's people like me that don't want any record of going to a doctor or psychologist, and then they can come and I don't know, somebody will make some kind of judgment on you and take something away from you, and all the stuff that could come with it. But and you might judge me just because I made that remark. But when you trust somebody who loves you and you love, and you get betrayed by that person, then why would you trust total strangers, let alone, the government or anybody else? I know they're all there for us. They're all benevolent. Hell, just like that person that we loved and trusted. Yeah. So I obviously I have trust issues, and there's just another brick in the wall, as Pink Floyd would say. So anyway, this was just a little rant, I guess. But I think the main thing is to know that you're not alone. You're not alone. God bless.